Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
It's evolving at just lightning speed, constantly reshaping industries, our daily lives.
It really is.
But with that incredible pace comes, well, a whole new landscape of challenges,
Yeah.
especially when we talk about security, robust governance, and mitigating risk. It's honestly easy to feel completely overwhelmed by just the sheer volume of information out there.
Definitely.
How do you cut through all that noise and get straight to the critical insights, the stuff you really need to be well informed? Well, today we're doing just that, a deep dive into some key questions and answers from a really comprehensive source on AI assurance. Think of us as your guides, okay? Helping you navigate this complex world, distill the most important nuggets, and really understand the why behind responsible AI.
And what's truly fascinating about the material we're looking at today is how it pushes us beyond just the purely technical aspects of AI. These insights really highlight the real-world implications of deploying AI, focusing on the essential frameworks needed for safe, ethical, responsible AI. So we'll be breaking down different scenarios, looking at the best practices, and kind of connecting the dots so you're not just informed, but, well, equipped to understand the critical decisions being made in AI.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We're going to tackle these insights one by one, giving you those essential nuggets of knowledge. Consider us your instructors for this deep dive, guiding you through the most important considerations, navigating AI governance, risk, and security.
AI governance and program management foundations.
So let's kick things off with a scenario. Picture this. A big financial institution, they're about to launch a new AI-powered fraud detection system. Sounds good, right? But here's the catch. They haven't actually documented how this system makes its decisions. So for you listening, what do you think is the absolute #1 primary reason AI governance policies need to be locked in before that system even goes live?
That's a fantastic starting point because it immediately highlights that the #1 reason here, the sort of non-negotiable, is A, regulatory compliance.
Ah, okay. Compliance.
Exactly. Financial institutions operate under really strict regulatory frameworks. These demand explainable decision-making processes, particularly for AI systems that might impact customers or, trigger fraud alerts. Without proper governance documentation, the institution risks significant regulatory penalties. It's not just about good practice, it's basically about legal necessity.
Right. So it's about avoiding those serious legal headaches. Makes perfect sense. You can't just build a black box and say, trust us.
Not anymore, no.
Now, speaking of building these things, let's talk about the training phase for AI models. What would you say is the single biggest challenge there?
Well, the answer here is B, ensuring data privacy and security during model training. Yeah, while getting diverse data sets is absolutely crucial for building robust AI models, limiting exposure, well, that can lead to ineffective models. But ensuring data privacy and security is so crucial during training, especially when you're handling sensitive information. This is the biggest challenge because it involves balancing that need for diverse data with really stringent protection requirements. It's a tough balance.
A huge balancing act, definitely. And that brings us naturally to a topic that gets a lot of airtime. Fairness. So imagine a company using an AI system for hiring, and suddenly they find it's disproportionately rejecting candidates from a certain demographic group. What's the best approach to make sure they're complying with local laws and regulations?
This is where A conducts systematic bias detection and impact assessments while training the AI system becomes absolutely critical.
During training, specifically.
Yes, exactly. Conducting systematic bias detection ensures the AI model is evaluated for disparate impact across demographic groups before it gets out there. This allows for proactive remediation, fixing it, which aligns with legal and ethical obligations. Think GDPR, the EU AI Act, EEQC guidelines here in the US. And these bias assessments, they aren't a one-time task. They really need to be ongoing.
That's incredibly important, an ongoing process. And linking to that idea of responsible AI, what would you say is a critical component to always include in any AI solutions procedures?
The critical component is A, ensuring human oversight and validation.
A human in the loop.
Absolutely. Human oversight is vital for ensuring AI decisions are ethically sound and that any potential biases or errors can be caught and addressed before deployment. So human oversight should be a fundamental part of any procedure related to using AI solutions. You just need that check.
So building on that, which is a key regulatory requirement for securing artificial intelligence systems.
Well, the key requirement, answer A, is ensuring AI decision-making is explainable and auditable. Regulations specifically demand this. AI systems need to be explainable and auditable to ensure security and accountability. This doesn't just consider internal operations, but also the human impact of using AI solutions. It ties directly back to trust and transparency.
Let's look at a scenario where AI is used for HR. A multinational corporation uses AI to screen job applications. What is the primary purpose of ensuring the explainability of this AI system in this specific scenario?
The correct answer is B, to promote transparency in hiring decisions. While yes, supporting legal compliance is a benefit, the primary purpose of explainability in this HR context is ensuring those AI decision-making processes are transparent. This allows HR teams and hiring managers to understand why someone was selected or rejected. It fosters trust and, importantly, fairness.
Okay, transparency in hiring. Keeping with that theme, what is the best action to improve transparency and auditability of an AI system's outputs?
The best action here is C, implement controls aligned to rationale, data, and impact.
Rationale, data, and impact.
Okay, exactly. Controls aligned to those three things significantly enhance transparency by providing clear, structured explanations for AI outputs. This makes decisions traceable, auditable, and understood, which in turn builds trust and accountability. It's really about clarity at every single step.
For global enterprises, ensuring alignment across different countries sounds tricky. What's the best approach for a global company to ensure legal and ethical alignment with AI regulations across jurisdictions?
The best approach, answer B, is to map applicable regional and international regulations to internal governance policies based on geographical presence. Waiting for some kind of global regulatory alignment is just impractical, it delays innovation. Instead, actively mapping external AI laws, like the EU AI Act and other regional frameworks to your internal policies, ensures compliance, ethical alignment, and importantly, readiness for audits across all jurisdictions.
That proactive mapping makes a lot of sense. Now, to ensure broad oversight across an entire enterprise, which of the following best ensures accountability and ethical oversight across different AI initiatives?
The answer is D. Define a governance framework for AI use. A formal governance framework is the most comprehensive way to ensure accountability. It does this by assigning clear roles for decision-making, policy management, and oversight. It promotes responsible and ethical AI use throughout the entire enterprise. It's truly foundational.
Foundational, right. So when a highly regulated organization is looking to expand its use of AI, maybe into sensitive, critical business functions, which approach best ensures this AI initiative aligns with both business goals and ethical standards?
In that highly regulated context, the best option is A, implement an AI steering committee.
A specific committee.
Yes. An AI steering committee is a group of stakeholders specifically accountable for making sure AI projects advance business goals, meet regulatory requirements, and address ethical concerns about the impact of AI solutions on humans. They provide that necessary strategic direction and oversight.
Okay, strategic direction. Finally, for this section, let's talk security. What is the most critical component in an AI framework to ensure the security of the system itself?
The most critical component, option A, is secure data handling and model integrity verification. Secure data and verified model integrity are absolutely essential for AI security. This ensures that the model and its associated datasets haven't been tampered with, which could result in biased or even harmful outputs. If the data or model isn't trustworthy, nothing else really matters for security. It's the bedrock.
AI-related strategies, policies, and procedures.
All right, let's move into policies and procedures related to AI. An enterprise has expanded its use of generative AI tools, Gen AI. What's the most important reason to review and update their policy?
The most important reason, answer C, is that regulatory and technological environments evolve rapidly.
Things change fast.
Exactly. AI policies need to be reviewed periodically to stay relevant amidst rapidly changing laws, risk factors, and potential misaligned usage practices. This dynamic nature means policies can get outdated incredibly quickly if not updated.
That's a critical point in this field. Now, for a company planning an AI chatbot using a vector database and RAG, retrieval augmented generation, which service model would give that enterprise the most control over its data and model?
The answer is B, infrastructure as a service. While PaaS, platform as a service, offers some configuration, IOSS provides the most control over the underlying infrastructure. This allows users full control to train data, manipulate the model to meet desired requirements, and implement very specific security controls. It's the most hands-on approach.
ISS for maximum control. Okay. When an enterprise is deciding whether to build an internal AI recommendation engine or buy a commercial solution, what's the most important factor to consider?
The most important factor, B, is strategic alignment with business needs.
Strategy first.
Always. A strategic fit with the enterprise's long-term business needs is critical for determining the viability and appropriateness of either building or buying an AI system. Technical considerations are really secondary to this strategic fit.
Makes sense. Now, if an enterprise introduces a generative AI assistant to support employees, which action should be taken first to ensure responsible use?
The first action should be C. Provide targeted training to employees, including an acceptable use policy, AUP. Training employees before they accept the AI AUP ensures they understand the scope of authorized use, data sensitivity, and behavioral expectations. This significantly reduces misuse and helps align with ethical AI use right from the outset. Get them trained first.
Let's talk about bias again. Which type of bias is present in AI datasets, organizational practices, and processes across the entire AI lifecycle?
The correct answer is A, systemic. Systemic bias can be present across the entire AI lifecycle, affecting AI datasets, organizational norms, practices, processes, everything. It's a broad, pervasive type of bias.
So it's deeply embedded. Continuing on bias, which action helps best to reduce algorithmic bias and discrimination?
The best way, according to this, is A, ensure audits are conducted on decision tools. Ensuring audits on decision tools are conducted is a recommended method to actively reduce algorithmic bias and discrimination. While other steps like data cleansing are important, audits directly examine the outcomes for bias.
Okay, audits are key. An enterprise implemented an AI acceptable use policy, but violations have started occurring. Which is the most effective control to enforce compliance and reduce future violations?
The most effective control is B, define clear investigation procedures and disciplinary consequences for AI policy breaches.
Give it teeth.
Exactly. Clearly defined enforcement processes, including investigation protocols and disciplinary actions, are essential to promote accountability and reduce misuse. Enforcement supports the credibility and effectiveness of AI policies.
If an organization intends to implement an AI solution to detect financial fraud, what should be the first action taken?
The first action should be A. Identify the business challenges, stakeholder needs, and solution requirements. The first step for any AI solution is determining the business problem it should solve, the goals it must achieve, and the requirements needed within its lifecycle. This foundational step guides the rest of the AI lifecycle, ensuring the solution aligns with legal, regulatory, and ethical requirements. Start with the problem.
Got it. An enterprise is operationalizing its AI governance framework and needs to develop procedures. What's the best reason to document AI-specific procedures to support secure and reliable AI outcomes?
The best reason is A. Ensure consistency in AI data processing to reduce risk of unintended model behavior. Documented AI-specific procedures help ensure consistency, reduce error rates, and promote trust in model behavior by outlining how AI systems should be developed, deployed, and monitored. Consistency is really key for reliable outcomes.
An enterprise is developing its first AI acceptable use policy for internal use of Gen AI tools, which is the most important component to include in the AI AUP.
The most important component, option A, is to specify categories of permitted and restricted AI use cases. Use case restrictions are fundamentally important and should be informed by the policy's strategic context. This defines the boundaries of acceptable use and helps prevent misuse and unexpected, maybe harmful, outputs.
Data retention is always a big one. What is a key factor in AI data lifecycle management?
A key factor is A, creating retention policies for model training data. Retention policies are essential to ensure the appropriate duration of data storage based on both legal and business needs. These policies guide when data should be retained, archived, or deleted, ensuring compliance, minimizing security risk, and supporting data governance.
Thinking about data privacy in AI solutions, what is a key consideration when establishing procedures for data privacy?
The key consideration is D, ensuring informed consent and maintaining data confidentiality. Ensuring informed consent and maintaining data confidentiality is critical to upholding privacy rights and meeting regulatory standards. This is paramount for ethical and legal compliance. Can't skip this.
Finally, for this section, an organization is launching a responsible AI, or RAI, program to enhance trust in its AI systems. Which is the most effective first action to take?
The most effective first action is C. Establish leadership support to set the tone for responsible, ethical AI use.
Tone from the top.
Exactly. Responsible AI programs require active support from leadership to model ethical values, build trust, and ensure organization-wide adoption. Leadership sets expectations and direction for long-term accountability. Without leadership buy-in, even the best technical efforts might struggle.
AI assets and data lifecycle management.
Now let's dive into managing AI assets and data throughout their life cycle. What is most important in the AI data lifecycle to ensure compliance with data regulations?
The most important thing is B, defining data retention and disposal policies. Clear retention and disposal policies ensure data is stored only as necessary, aligning with legal and regulatory requirements and minimizing risk associated with over-retention. This directly addresses compliance needs.
That makes sense. Manage the whole life cycle. So a government agency finishes training an AI model using personal data and moves the data to long-term storage. Which would best ensure the security of the training data in this scenario?
The best answer here is C, data encryption. Encryption of the data protects sensitive information from unauthorized access, breaches, or misuse, and should be prioritized to ensure security of the data at rest. It's a fundamental safeguard.
Encryption. Got it. A financial company wants to share its loan data set with a third-party vendor. What is the primary reason for anonymizing before sharing the data set?
The primary reason is A, ensuring compliance with regulations. Loan information often contains sensitive and personally identifiable information, PII. Anonymizing the data removes the ability to link the dataset back to specific individuals, thus directly ensuring compliance with the data privacy regulations.
So compliance through anonymization. What is the best approach for a financial institution to categorize its AI models for effective risk management?
The best approach is C, based on their potential business impact and risk level. By categorizing AI models according to their potential business impact and risk level, organizations can implement security controls that are directly tailored to the specific threats and vulnerabilities of each model. This allows for a targeted and efficient risk management strategy.
This one's a bit unsettling. What security vulnerability can persist even after an AI system has been fully decommissioned from production environments?
The answer is C, residual model artifacts.
Leftovers.
Exactly. Even after an AI system is decommissioned, residual data stored in backups, logs, temporary files, or mismanaged cloud resources can remain accessible. If not properly sanitized or destroyed, this data can be exploited by malicious actors, leading to data breaches, compliance violations, or intellectual property theft. It's a real hidden risk.
Open source components are everywhere. What is the first step in managing security risk associated with open source components in AI systems?
The first step is B. Create and maintain an accurate software bill of materials, SBM, for each AI system. Without a comprehensive inventory of all components, their versions, and dependencies, you can't effectively identify vulnerabilities or manage supply chain risk. An accurate SBOM is foundational for all other security activities related to open source components, like an ingredient list.
An SBOM, right, which is the primary consideration when implementing data classification in an AI environment.
The primary consideration is B, classification levels. Understanding classification levels is primary because it forms the foundation for how data is handled, protected, and processed. It dictates everything that follows regarding data security.
What is most important when managing data that has been gathered from another source for use in an AI model?
The most important consideration is A, data provenance and regulatory compliance. Verifying data provenance, its origin and history, and ensuring regulatory compliance are the most important considerations when managing external data for AI models. This directly impacts the model's reliability and legality. You need to know where it came from.
Back to decommissioning, which would result in the most significant security vulnerability during AI system decommissioning.
The most significant vulnerability is A, retaining active service accounts and application programming interface, API keys, for model artifacts. When organizations decommission AI systems, they often retain active permissions to model artifacts. These active service accounts and API keys can create persistent security gaps that malicious actors can exploit long after a system is considered retired. It's a huge residual risk.
Data quality, we hear it all the time, which best describes the role of data quality in AI model performance.
The best description is B. High-quality data ensures better accuracy and reduces the need for model retraining. High-quality, relevant data directly improves the accuracy and reliability of AI models and can significantly reduce the need for frequent retraining, saving time and resources, garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. During data collection, what's a primary concern in the AI data lifecycle?
The primary concern is C, privacy and consent violations. Collecting data without proper consent or ignoring data privacy regulations like GDPR can lead to huge legal and ethical issues. This is the primary concern during the data collection phase. This foundational step can have significant downstream impacts.
An organization needs proper controls for AI asset and data lifecycle management, which is the best approach to ensure visibility into AI training data provenance.
The best approach is B. Implement a centralized data catalog with automated lineage tracking capabilities. A centralized data catalog with automated lineage offers real-time data provenance, which significantly enhances governance and security by tracking data origins, transformations, and usage across AI systems. This provides the crucial visibility needed.
When classifying data for AI applications, which should be done first?
The correct answer is B. Develop an enterprise data inventory. Knowing what data exists within an enterprise helps users understand what data is available for the AI application. An enterprise data inventory provides this information along with any existing consent and sensitivity info. If it doesn't exist, it should be created first. It's foundational.
AI-generated content is exploding,
Ah.
which is a significant issue with AI-generated content that can impact data integrity.
The significant issue is C. AI tools cannot guarantee the integrity of data. AI-enabled tools cannot inherently guarantee data integrity, which makes it difficult for users to determine what information to trust and what needs verification. This is a critical challenge for data quality and trust.
Once an AI asset is deployed, what is the best practice for managing it?
The best practice is A, implementing version control and access logs. Version control and access logs provide a level of insight into the operations of the AI model and support traceability, security, and governance of AI assets throughout their operational life. Know who did what, when.
An organization is expanding its AI use across departments, which is the best way to establish visibility and oversight of all AI-related assets.
The best way is B, centralize AI-related tools, models, and data into an existing inventory system. Centralizing these assets into an inventory system ensures traceability, oversight, and management. This provides a comprehensive overview and insights, crucial for risk management and compliance.
What is the most effective method for classifying AI training data?
The most effective method is C, using sensitivity labels based on data criticality. Using sensitivity labels ensures that data is handled according to its level of criticality, which directly supports proper security and compliance controls. This is a robust approach to managing sensitive AI training data.
AI security program development and management.
Okay, let's pivot to AI security program development and management, which is the most critical first step in the successful implementation of an AI solution.
The most critical first step is D, having a well-defined problem.
Back to basics.
Absolutely. Without understanding the problem the AI solution aims to solve, the project may fail to align with business objectives and strategy, and ultimately fail. A well-defined problem sets the foundation for everything else.
Which would best assist an organization in aligning its AI security strategy with regulatory requirements?
The best assistance comes from D. Conduct regular audits and compliance assessments. Routine audits and compliance reviews are essential for ensuring that AI systems and their security controls meet regulatory obligations. These practices help identify gaps, maintain accountability, and adapt to changing compliance standards over time.
What is the best way to ensure accountability in AI decision-making processes?
The best way is B, implementing transparent documentation and audit trails of model decisions. Transparency ensures accountability and compliance in AI decision-making. Documenting how decisions are made and having clear audit trails are essential for oversight and understanding.
A doctor's office is considering an AI system to assist doctors in making diagnoses. What is the key requirement for this AI system to be considered trustworthy?
The key requirement, especially in healthcare, is A, human oversight. Human agency and oversight are essential for ensuring systems are trustworthy. This is imperative in use cases like healthcare, where human validation of AI recommendations is crucial for ethical soundness and accurate results. Need that doctor's review.
Makes sense. Which would best ensure that security is embedded throughout the AI software development lifecycle (SDLC) to reduce future vulnerabilities and support compliance objectives?
The best way is to A, incorporate security requirements during the planning and design phases.
Shift left.
Exactly. Integrating security during planning and design enables early risk identification and mitigation. This proactive approach prevents vulnerabilities from being designed into the system, ensuring security and compliance from the start. Much cheaper, too.
An organization needs to develop an AI system to detect and prevent cyber attacks. It's a tree-based model that can handle complex, nonlinear relationships. Which model should be implemented?
The correct answer is B, random forest. A random forest works by constructing multiple decision trees and combining their predictions. It helps mitigate overfitting and provides more robust and stable outcomes, making it well-suited for detecting and preventing cyber attacks, especially with complex relationships, like a committee of trees.
Nice analogy. An enterprise deployed a large language model, LLM, integrated with customer-facing applications. To effectively track and improve the AI system's security posture over time, what should the organization establish first?
The organization should establish define key performance indicators, KPIs, and key risk indicators, KRIs, specific to the large language model's LLM security risk. Defining these specific metrics for LLM security is foundational. These metrics allow for structured, continuous monitoring of control performance and system behavior, giving a clear picture of the security posture. Measure what matters.
Which feedback loop primarily ensures that AI outcomes align with organizational goals when refining AI systems in a dynamic environment?
The primary feedback loop is A, business feedback. Business feedback ensures that AI models are optimized to drive business value, compliance, and operational efficiency. It takes input from key stakeholders, directly linking AI performance to organizational objectives. Does it help the business?
When establishing security metrics for AI systems, which approach best reveals the security posture of an organization's AI deployments?
The best approach is to C, measure the mean time to detect and respond to adversarial attacks against AI models. Measuring the mean time to detect and respond provides direct visibility into an organization's capability to identify and mitigate AI-specific security threats. This metric addresses both detection and response effectiveness, offering a comprehensive view of operational readiness.
Which provides the best method to track and evaluate the effectiveness of an organization's AI security posture over time?
The best method is D, key performance indicators, KPIs, tailored to AI security objectives. Key performance indicators offer measurable, continuous indicators of AI security control effectiveness, such as anomaly rates and remediation time. This enables trend analysis and performance monitoring over time, providing a dynamic view.
What is most critical for conducting regular risk assessments and updating continuity strategies for AI systems to address potential misuse and security breaches?
The most critical is A, frequent evaluation of AI security gaps and updating response plans. Regularly evaluating AI security gaps and updating response plans is essential for identifying potential vulnerabilities and ensuring that continuity strategies remain effective. This activity ensures organizations stay ahead of emerging threats and adapt their strategies to mitigate risk. Stay vigilant.
Business continuity and incident response.
Now, let's explore business continuity and incident response in the AI landscape. What is the most appropriate action to ensure AI system resilience during a major disruption?
The most appropriate action is C, integrating AI models, data, and infrastructure into business continuity strategies. Integrating AI systems into business continuity disaster recovery planning ensures that AI models, data, and infrastructure are considered in the continuity strategies, enabling critical AI-driven services to resume promptly during disruptions. It's about comprehensive planning. Don't forget the AI.
A financial institution integrates AI into its incident response strategy. What is the most effective use of AI in this context?
The most effective use is D. AI should support human analysts, providing data-driven insights while humans maintain oversight. Full automation can lead to misclassification or biased responses. AI should augment human capabilities, providing insights while human analysts maintain oversight, especially for complex decision-making and ethical considerations. Human plus AI.
An organization has implemented an AI solution that assists security analysts through the phases of incident response. Which would be the best metric to demonstrate the AI solution's effectiveness?
The best metric is C, mean time to detect and respond. The most meaningful metric to demonstrate effectiveness is productivity measured in mean time to detect and mean time to respond. This metric directly reflects how much time analysts have saved detecting and resolving incidents, which can be used in a cost-benefit analysis. Show the speed improvement.
Which measure is most critical for developing and implementing business continuity plans, BCPs, for AI systems to address security breaches and access exploits?
The most critical measure is A, ensuring advanced skill sets for IT staff. Ensuring that IT staff have advanced skill sets is critical for defending the enterprise against highly skilled AI attacks and addressing security breaches and access exploits. Many best practices emphasize the need for reskilling existing employees and acquiring new talent to implement effective security measures. You need the right people.
An organization experiences a service disruption after its AI-based IDS fails to contain a zero-day cyber attack. Which action will best help strengthen its business continuity posture for similar incidents in the future?
The best action is D, Use AI tools to perform forensic analysis and retrain detection models using updated data. AI can accelerate forensic investigations, identify patterns, and rapidly adapt to threat models. AI-enabled forensic tools can improve detection accuracy and enable adaptive retraining of models to prevent similar failures in the future. Learn from the failure.
Which is the first action the team should take to ensure effective incident handling when an AI system is involved?
The first action is B. Activate the incident management team and limit the activities of the artificial intelligence AI system.
Containment first.
Exactly. Containment is the critical first phase after incident identification to stop the spread and minimize damage. Activating the incident response team ensures coordination of immediate actions, like limiting the AI system's activities or isolating systems.
A financial institution's AI-powered credit scoring model was compromised in a ransomware attack. Attackers are demanding payment. What is the first action the incident response team should take?
The first action is B. Isolate the infected AI system and disconnect it from network storage. Containment is the first step after an AI incident has been identified. Minimize the impact on other systems by preventing further spread or damage. Stop the bleeding.
Which is most critical for developing and implementing BCPs for AI systems to prevent misuse and ensure ethical compliance.
The most critical is C. Developing AI guardrails and monitoring for jailbreak attempts. Developing AI guardrails and monitoring for jailbreak attempts prevents the misuse of AI and ensures it operates within ethical boundaries. Guardrails help prevent harmful content, while monitoring ensures safeguards aren't bypassed. This is a direct measure against misuse.
An enterprise has implemented an AI solution that increased productivity but isn't yet integrated into the continuity plans. What process can identify the criticality of this AI asset to business operations?
The process used is A. Business Impact Analysis, BIA. A BIA systematically identifies the criticality of assets and their impact on business operations if disrupted. A BIA helps an organization build its BCP by assessing asset dependencies, criticality, recovery objectives, and acceptable downtimes. How important is it really?
What is a key requirement for an AI incident response plan, IRP?
A key requirement is that DAI IRPs should supplement enterprise IRPs by providing specific protocols for AI failure, escalation, and recovery. AI incident response plans must supplement general enterprise IRPs by providing specific protocols tailored to handling AI failures, along with plans for escalation and recovery. This ensures the unique aspects of AI incidents are addressed. It needs its own chapter.
An AI-driven security system detected a cyber attack but failed to fully prevent it. What is the most effective step to improve future response efforts?
The most effective step is B. Refining AI detection algorithms using incident data ensures the system is continuously improving. Refining AI detection algorithms using incident data is crucial because it continuously improves the system's ability to detect future threats more accurately and efficiently, directly leading to better future response efforts. Learn and adapt.
Which factor presents the greatest challenge in ensuring AI system continuity after a cyber attack?
The greatest challenge is C, the integrity and security of training data. If training data is compromised, AI systems may continue making faulty decisions even after recovery, undermining the very foundation of the AI's reliable operation. This poses a significant long-term continuity challenge. The poison remains.
What is the primary challenge of using AI for real-time incident detection?
The primary challenge is B. AI models may generate false positives, causing unnecessary alerts and response actions. While AI excels at processing large-scale event logs efficiently, the primary challenge is the potential for AI models to generate false positives. This can lead to alert fatigue and unnecessary resource allocation in real-time incident response, crying wolf too often.
AI risk assessment, thresholds, and treatment.
Okay, let's transition into AI risk assessment, thresholds, and treatment, which most effectively supports data integrity risk management for AI systems.
The most effective support comes from C, continuous monitoring and dynamic feedback. Continuous monitoring and ongoing dynamic feedback are needed to identify and promptly address data integrity issues as they emerge. This reactive yet adaptive approach keeps pace with rapid changes in AI systems. Keep watching it.
Which is the best AI risk treatment option to ensure conformity with regulations?
The best option is B. Set adjustable AI risk limits to stay compliant. Adjustable AI risk limits help ensure that treatment stays effective over time, allowing for flexible adaptation to evolving regulatory landscapes and emerging risks, ensuring continuous compliance. Move the goalposts as needed.
What should an organization do first when integrating AI security risk into existing BCDR planning?
The organization should first be identifying critical AI systems and dependencies. Identifying critical AI systems and their dependencies is foundational. It ensures resources focus on the most vital systems first and helps the enterprise understand existing processes that may apply and where gaps exist. Know what matters most.
When prioritizing risk management for third-party AI models integrated into organizational systems, which practice best ensures effective, context-specific risk treatment across the full system lifecycle?
The best practice is A. Require third-party AI models to comply with internal risk control frameworks through dynamic performance monitoring and periodic reassessment against enterprise risk thresholds. Clear documentation and alignment of third-party risk metrics with internal standards ensures integrated, consistent risk management and helps manage the risk complexity introduced by external components throughout the lifecycle. Hold vendors to your standards.
Which provides the most effective mechanism for ensuring data used in retraining is trustworthy and aligns with enterprise AI risk policies.
The most effective mechanism is D. Implement a formal review process to assess the dataset with adequate human oversight prior to retraining. Structured, risk-informed review processes that include a human-in-the-loop (HITL) based on structured criteria mitigate data quality, bias, and compliance risk by validating these criteria in AI outputs. This ensures trustworthiness before retraining. Human check before retraining.
What is the most effective method for managing the risk of data poisoning of an AI model during training?
The most effective method is B. Implement rigorous input validation and data sanitization processes. Input validation and data sanitization directly mitigate the risk of data poisoning by ensuring only trustworthy data is used during AI model training. This is a proactive defense against malicious data. Clean the data going in.
Which action most effectively ensures that an organization can adapt to evolving AI risk throughout the AI system lifecycle?
The most effective action is C. Implement continuous monitoring combined with periodic risk reassessment and clearly defined thresholds for action. Continuous monitoring and periodic risk reassessments allow an organization to dynamically respond to emerging and changing AI risks. Clearly defined thresholds for action provide clear triggers for management responses, ensuring agility and responsiveness. Monitor, reassess, act.
When integrating AI risk management into existing organizational practices, which best ensures effective risk prioritization?
The best way is D. Establishing systematic policies that integrate AI risk measurements with clearly defined organizational risk tolerances. Establishing systematic policies that integrate AI risk measurements with clearly defined organizational risk tolerances ensures consistent prioritization and allocation of resources. This provides the framework for effective decision-making. Align risk with tolerance.
Which best supports integrating AI risk management into the broader enterprise risk governance program?
The best support comes from D. Establish a cross-functional AI-specific oversight team. A cross-functional oversight team ensures AI-specific risk is managed continuously, aligned with organizational strategy, and integrated into enterprise risk governance. This breaks down silos and ensures holistic management. Get different eyes on it.
What is the best method to manage the risk of unfair customer treatment caused by data bias in the AI system?
The best method is A. Retrain with balanced data with fairness indicator tracking. Retraining with balanced data after fairness tracking maintains oversight and is the core to responsible AI risk treatment. This directly addresses the root cause of the bias. Fix the data, track the fix.
An AI help desk system showed gender bias. After mitigation, some residual bias remains. What is the best course of action to ensure an acceptable level of risk?
The best course of action is C. Document residual bias impacts and inform stakeholders of remaining risk. Documenting residual bias impacts and informing stakeholders supports transparency and ensures ethical and legal responsibilities are addressed before the system goes live. This manages the remaining risk transparently. Be upfront about what's left.
Which is most critical during the early stages of an AI impact assessment to ensure the system's risk is evaluated appropriately across its deployment context.
The most critical aspect is A. Identify the intended uses for which the system is designed and tested. The intended use definition is foundational to risk analysis. It frames stakeholder identification, potential harms, and regulatory triggers related to the use of the AI solution. This upfront clarity is essential for a proper risk assessment. What's it for?
Which feature engineering technique is most critical for conducting regular risk assessments and updating continuity strategies in AI models?
The most critical technique is D, feature selection. Feature selection is crucial for identifying and selecting the most relevant features for the AI task. It helps with dimensionality reduction, improves model performance, and prevents overfitting. which is essential for ensuring robust and reliable models that support effective continuity strategies. Pick the right inputs.
An organization is selecting an AI model for a critical application. Which practice most effectively minimizes model selection risk?
The practice that most effectively minimizes risk is B. Conduct a comprehensive evaluation of multiple models. Conducting a comprehensive evaluation of multiple models ensures a well-informed selection process, minimizing the risk of choosing an inadequate model. This thorough approach considers various factors beyond just initial performance. Don't just pick the first one.
A financial institution is deploying a predictive AI credit approval system. During testing, the security team suspects the training data is poisoned. What is the most effective control to treat this risk?
The most effective control is C. Use robust data validation before model training. Robust data validation addresses the risk by detecting manipulated labels before training in order to mitigate poisoning threats at the origin. This proactive measure is key to preventing tainted data from entering the system. Validate before you train.
To sustain AI trustworthiness under dynamic operational conditions, which is the best approach to mitigate emerging risk while maintaining validated assurance levels?
The best approach is A. Establish continuous output verification aligned with adaptive risk thresholds. Continuous verification tied to adaptive thresholds ensures real-time assurance, capturing shifts in risk exposure and preventing uncontrolled AI behavior. This dynamic verification is key to maintaining trustworthiness in changing environments. Verify outputs continuously.
A hospital implemented an AI solution to process patient data. It was suspected some doctors entered patients' personal data into the system, violating privacy regs. Which would be the most appropriate response?
The most appropriate response is B. Conduct root cause analysis, followed by an AI risk reassessment. Identifying and understanding the root cause of a security-related incident is fundamental for effective risk assessment and response. A reassessment grounded in root cause analysis enables organizations to reframe and respond accurately, especially in cases of human misuse. Find out why it happened.
Which is the most effective practice for maintaining organizational accountability during AI risk management?
The most effective practice is A. Defining roles and responsibilities for mapping, measuring, and managing AI risk. Clearly defined roles and responsibilities across the AI lifecycle ensure effective accountability, transparency, and responsiveness to AI risk. Without clear ownership, accountability can become fragmented. Know who owns what.
Which best ensures that AI systems remain within defined risk tolerance thresholds over time?
The best way is to C. Implement continuous monitoring of AI system behavior and performance with dynamic adjustment of risk treatments. Continuous monitoring with dynamic adjustment of risk treatments ensures systems remain aligned with risk tolerance thresholds despite evolving conditions, threats, and system drift. This proactive and adaptive approach is essential for long-term stability. Keep monitoring and adjusting.
Which scenario most likely indicates the need to update risk thresholds in an AI risk management system?
The scenario most likely indicating a need to update risk thresholds is C. Regulatory changes introduce new AI compliance criteria. Regulatory changes often shift the AI risk landscape significantly, requiring recalibration of thresholds, especially for compliance, ethical use, and impact analysis. This external factor directly impacts risk tolerance. New rules mean new thresholds.
Which security metric would best indicate the effectiveness of data protection controls for AI systems in an organization?
The best metric is B. Percentage reduction in unauthorized data access incidents. A reduction in unauthorized data access incidents directly measures the effectiveness of controls protecting data in AI systems, which is directly related to security objectives. This metric provides a clear, quantitative measure of control success. Fewer breaches is better controls.
Which activity is best to ensure oversight of AI system quality and safety?
The best activity is B. Human-led validation of data sources and input integrity. Human validation ensures input data quality and integrity, directly influencing AI system safety. While other activities are important for security, this directly addresses the fundamental quality and safety aspects that depend on the data and inputs. Humans checking the inputs.
What is the most important consideration regarding the protection of sensitive organization information used by third-party AI solutions when developing AI disaster recovery plans, DRPs?
The most important consideration is A. Ensuring strict data management controls when exposing data to AI tools. Implementing robust data management controls is essential when integrating sensitive organizational data with third-party AI tools. This mitigates privacy and security risk at the source and is foundational for any DRP. Control the data flow to vendors.
AI threat and vulnerability management, and vendor supply chain management.
All right, let's finish up with AI threats, vulnerabilities, and how vendors fit into this whole picture. Which is the best method to uncover known vulnerabilities in an AI-based web application that has recently been deployed?
The best method is Dynamic Application Security Testing, DAST. DAST analyzes an application during runtime from the outside to find known vulnerabilities. This fits best when source code is unavailable, as is common in AI applications that are already deployed. Test it while it's running.
A retail company is implementing an NLP model to automate customer interactions, which best ensures the AI solution remains resilient to evolving threats post-deployment.
The best approach is D. Integrate AI-specific threat modeling, adversarial testing, and continuous model behavior monitoring into the continuous integration, continuous deployment pipeline. Embedding AI-specific threat modeling, adversarial testing, and continuous monitoring throughout the CI/CD pipeline ensures early identification of vulnerabilities like prompt injection and data poisoning, and enables timely response to evolving threats. Build security into the pipeline.
Which is the most effective architecture control to reduce the risk of unauthorized access to a chatbot's long-term memory storage?
The most effective control is C. Implement strong access control and encryption mechanisms. Access controls like role-based access control, authentication, and encryption are foundational in preventing unauthorized access and data breaches in stored AI memory components. Lock it down.
Which best mitigates prompt injection attacks in large language model, LLM-based chat applications?
The best mitigation is C. Deploy input validation and sanitization mechanisms before processing user queries. Prompt injection vulnerabilities occur when user prompts alter the LLM's behavior or output in unintended ways. Input validation and sanitization act as first-line defenses to block adversarial input that may exploit this vulnerability. Sanitize the inputs.
What is the most effective countermeasure against data poisoning attacks in AI models?
The most effective countermeasure is A. Remove anomalous data that may have been altered by an adversary. Since adversaries attempt to modify a few data points while maximizing their impact, identifying and removing outliers and anomalous data helps to mitigate the effectiveness of the attack on model performance. This directly addresses the integrity of the training data. Find and remove bad data points.
When establishing effective vulnerability management for AI-based systems, which best ensures that remediation efforts align with actual business risk?
The best approach is B. Building a risk-based AI vulnerability management framework. A risk-based framework targets vulnerabilities that pose the greatest threat to AI systems, optimizing resources and improving resilience. It ensures mitigation efforts are proportional to the likelihood and potential impact of exploitation, aligning with business risk. Focus on the biggest risks.
Which is most effective for addressing security degradation in fine-tuned large language models, LLMs, after deployment?
The most effective approach is A. Validate the model for safety after making adjustments and implementing real-time protections. Validating post-tuning and layering runtime protections, like output moderation or input sanitization, are critical to preserving security and alignment in AI models. This ensures the model continues to operate safely and as intended, even after adjustments. Recheck after tuning.
What is the first step in creating a threat model for an AI system?
The first step is A. Identifying system components, data flows, and trust boundaries to analyze attack surfaces and security risk. Mapping system components, data flows, and trust boundaries allows security teams to identify attack surfaces and potential vulnerabilities before defining mitigation strategies. This is the foundational step for understanding where threats might emerge. Map it out first.
An AI system suffered a data breach exposing financial records. Forensic analysis revealed a sophisticated attack from an unfamiliar location over months. Which is most likely responsible for this attack?
The most likely responsible party is B. Advanced Persistent Threat, APT. APT actors are known for executing complex, well-planned attacks involving long-term access and data exfiltration. Since the attack was occurring over several months, the most likely culprit in this scenario is an APT actor. Slow and stealthy usually means APT.
What is the most significant risk that IT security professionals must concern themselves with regarding AI systems leveraging deep learning and neural networks?
The most significant risk is B. The lack of transparency in a model's decision-making process. This is a deeper and more critical risk specific to AI, particularly in deep learning applications.
The black box problem.
Exactly. The lack of transparency makes it extremely difficult to determine why a decision was influenced by malicious input or flawed training data. This lack of visibility can severely hamper threat detection and incident response efforts.
When testing an AI-based fraud system, an IT team discovers an attacker manipulated input data to mislead the model into making incorrect classifications without directly modifying the model itself. What does this scenario best describe?
This scenario best describes an A evasion attack. Evasion attacks occur when adversaries subtly modify input data to deceive the AI model without altering its parameters. This technique is commonly used to bypass AI-based systems, such as fraud detection models, by making the model misclassify, tricking the model with bad inputs.
During a threat model for an AI system, analysts must determine which risk factors contribute to data poisoning attacks, which is most effective in identifying data poisoning risk early in the AI model lifecycle.
The most effective method is B. Tracing data provenance helps track the source and integrity of training data, while statistical anomaly detection flags irregular patterns that may indicate data poisoning. Tracing data provenance helps track the source and integrity of training data, while statistical anomaly detection flags irregular patterns that may indicate data poisoning. This combined approach allows for early identification and mitigation of poisoning. Track the source, look for weirdness.
What is a possible outcome of using a generative AI tool like PassGPT in an internal system?
A possible outcome is A. Access exploits and security breaches. Gen AI tools like PassGPT can be used to generate or test passwords, simulate credential-based attacks, or create adversarial inputs. When deployed without proper guardrails internally, they significantly increase the likelihood of unauthorized access and other security breaches. Risky tool if misused.
An attacker has manipulated web-based training data over time. The AI model, initially trained on clean data, is now retrieving compromised versions of the same data set due to modifications on source websites. What does this scenario best describe?
This scenario best describes B. Split view poisoning. Split view poisoning occurs when an attacker alters online data between the time of its collection and its use in model training, for example, by modifying web-based data over time. This creates a divergence between the expected and actual training data, poisoning the source over time.
A cybersecurity team is conducting a threat model for its LLM-powered conversational AI assistant. Users can manipulate system prompts to cause unintended responses. Which is the most effective strategy to mitigate this security risk?
The most effective strategy is D. Implement prompt filtering and structured input validation. Prompt injection attacks exploit weaknesses in LLM applications by injecting malicious instructions that override system prompts. Input validation and prompt filtering ensure user inputs do not bypass security controls or unintentionally modify system behavior. Filter the prompts.
Which is most effective in structuring a threat modeling process for an AI system to ensure comprehensive risk identification and mitigation?
The most effective way is D. Applying a framework that includes system components like identification, attack surface analysis, threat enumeration, and mitigation prioritization. Threat modeling requires a structured approach that includes identifying components, analyzing attack surfaces, enumerating threats, and prioritizing mitigations using frameworks like Stride, MITRE Atlas, or OWASP AI Exchange. This provides a systematic and comprehensive view. Use a framework.
What is the primary benefit of integrating a threat intelligence feed with an AI-based threat detection system?
The primary benefit is D. To enhance the detection accuracy of known and emerging threats. Integrating a threat intelligence feed allows the AI system to stay current with evolving threat patterns, increasing detection accuracy. This can reduce false positives, help prioritize, and increase productivity by providing the latest threat landscape information. Stay up to date on threats.
Which is the most effective strategy to identify vulnerabilities related to model misuse, data leakage, and prompt injection on an LLM-powered customer service chatbot?
The most effective strategy is C. Effective vulnerability testing must assess the full artificial intelligence AI tech stack, including model-level risk, implementation-level flaws, system integration vulnerabilities, and runtime behavior.
The whole stack.
Exactly. Effective vulnerability testing needs to be comprehensive, assessing the entire AI tech stack. This holistic approach is necessary to uncover the diverse range of vulnerabilities specific to LLMs. Test everything.
A company developing an AI-powered chatbot wants to test it against adversarial attacks. Experiments input specially crafted text to coerce the chatbot to generate unintended responses. What attack does this scenario best describe?
This attack best describes A. Prompt injection. Prompt injection is an adversarial attack relying on misleading inputs crafted to manipulate AI responses, in particular, to induce LLMs to perform unintended actions or leak sensitive data. This attack works by embedding malicious instructions in user inputs to hijack the model's output logic, often bypassing security filters, tricking the prompt.
Which action would most effectively identify potential adversarial threats in AI systems?
The most effective action is A, testing the robustness of AI models against manipulated inputs. Adversarial testing is essential for identifying weaknesses in AI models that attackers can exploit using manipulated inputs. This testing specifically addresses AI vulnerabilities and helps determine how resilient the model is to intentional attacks. Test its defenses.
Vendor and supply chain management.
Okay, finally, let's discuss vendor and supply chain management for AI. When integrating a vendor-provided AI system for automated recruitment, what is the best course of action to ensure AI security requirements are met regarding candidate assessments?
The best course of action is B. Establish periodic fairness reviews with multidisciplinary experts. Collaborative evaluations involving multidisciplinary experts ensure potential biases are detected early and corrected promptly. This ensures continuous fairness in candidate assessments as a part of AI security requirements, which is crucial for a recruitment system. Keep checking for fairness.
A fintech company is deploying an AI-powered fraud detection model from a third-party vendor. Security team needs to validate that attackers haven't compromised the model before it's integrated. Which is the best approach to ensure model integrity?
The best approach is B. Conduct adversarial testing to assess how the model responds to manipulated inputs. Adversarial testing allows security teams to evaluate the model's behavior under attack scenarios, helping identify potential weaknesses, such as poisoned data inputs or adversarial manipulations. This directly tests the model's integrity against malicious external factors. Test the vendor model yourself.
A company deploys a third-party vendor AI assistant for employees to query company emails. The security team identifies a risk. Employees without proper authorization could retrieve sensitive executive discussions. Which is the best measure to prevent unauthorized data access?
The best measure is C. Enforce role-based access control, RBAC, to ensure employees can only access AI-generated summaries relevant to their authorization level. Enforcing RBAC restricts AI responses based on user privilege, ensuring employees only retrieve information within their proper authorization level. This is a robust control for data access. Control who sees what.
An organization is deploying an AI solution that relies on third-party components and datasets. What is the best way to ensure supply chain integrity?
The best way is C. Auditing third-party components emphasizes proactive verification, which is critical for ensuring the authenticity and security of third-party components and datasets before integration. While vendor certs are useful, they're not a substitute for independent verification. Auditing third-party components provides proactive verification of their authenticity and security, critical for ensuring supply chain integrity before integration. Audit your suppliers.
A healthcare organization is considering deploying a cloud-based AI model for patient diagnosis recommendations. Which would be the most important to prioritize before integrating the model?
The most important to prioritize is D. Securing patient data using encryption methods. Securing patient data using encryption is critical before deploying AI in healthcare settings, ensuring adequate handling of sensitive information. Given the sensitive nature of patient data, this is absolutely paramount. Encrypt patient data always.
A payment service provider uses a third-party vendor's cloud AI fraud detection system. The vendor updated terms, allowing them to use customer transaction data for retraining unless the company opts out. What contractual safeguard should the company include?
The contractual safeguard to include is D. A strict data usage clause that customer data cannot be used for AI model retraining without explicit prior approval. A strict data usage clause ensures customer data cannot be used for AI model retraining without explicit prior approval. This contractual safeguard prevents data privacy violations and ensures compliance with frameworks like GDPR. Get it in the contract.
Which is the most effective measure to monitor risk across the AI supply chain?
The most effective measure is C. Reassess the supplier's security posture during contract lifecycle. Effective supply chain monitoring includes ongoing reassessment of vendor cybersecurity rather than limiting evaluations to procurement. Risks evolve, so continuous monitoring is essential. Keep checking your vendors.
Which would best help ensure that a vendor meets an enterprise's security requirements before integration?
The best help comes from C. Conduct a third-party risk assessment. A third-party risk assessment comprehensively evaluates all security-related considerations when integrating vendor solutions. This involves establishing the organization's risk criteria and evaluating the vendor's security controls to determine if its cybersecurity practices meet the organization's security requirements. Assess the vendor's risk profile.
A marketing company acquired a third-party Gen AI service. After deploying, they received copyright infringement claims. Which contractual measure would best mitigate the agency's financial and legal risk?
The best contractual measure is C. Vendor-provided IP indemnification ensures that the AI provider assumes liability for any copyright infringement claims arising from both AI-generated outputs and the training data used to build the model.
Make the vendor liable.
Exactly. Vendor-provided IP indemnification shields the company from legal and financial exposure by transferring the liability for copyright infringement claims to the AI provider.
Which best supports embedding, monitoring, and verifying AI security requirements when using vendor-provided AI-enabled solutions.
The best support is C. Using software composition analysis, SCA tools, with software bill of materials, SBOM generation, to track third-party components. SCA tools with SBOM help identify risk in external components and provide visibility into third-party dependencies, respectively, as an essential part of managing AI supply chain security. Use SCA and SBOM.
An enterprise AI chatbot platform allows users to install third-party plugins. This could allow attackers to steal credentials and private data. Which is the most effective strategy to reduce the risk that the plugin will cause further supply chain attacks?
The most effective strategy is D. Restricting the use of plugins to verified and sandboxed options. Restricting plugin use to verified and sandboxed options reduces risk by ensuring only trusted and security-tested plugins can interact with sensitive AI models, thereby limiting the attack surface for supply chain attacks. Limit plugins to safe ones.
Finally, which is the most effective approach for AI monitoring in vendor-based solutions?
The most effective approach is C. AI monitoring includes metrics tied to model function, such as output bias and anomalies, which are key for detecting hidden risk. AI monitoring tied to model function, output bias, and anomalies is critical for ensuring trustworthiness and early detection of flawed logic or systemic discrimination in vendor-based solutions. This goes beyond generic infrastructure logs to focus on AI-specific risks. Monitor the AI's actual behavior.
Wow, that was truly a deep dive into the practical realities of managing AI, from governance frameworks to data integrity, supply chain risks. It's clear that responsible AI deployment is, well, a multifaceted challenge.
Indeed it is. We've seen how crucial elements like human oversight, robust data validation, continuous monitoring, they're all essential. It's not just about the tech itself, is it? It's fundamentally about the policies, the processes that ensure it operates ethically, securely, particularly when dealing with sensitive data or critical decisions.
So, what stands out to you from today's deep dive? As AI continues to weave itself into every aspect of our lives, the responsibility to manage it well really falls on all of us.
Yeah, this raises a really important question, I think. How will organizations balance the rapid, almost breakneck innovation of AI with the constantly evolving landscape of regulation and ethical considerations? It's not a static thing. It's a continuous journey of learning, adapting, staying vigilant.
Absolutely. A continuous journey. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We hope you feel a little more well-informed, maybe a bit more ready to tackle the future of AI. Until next time, keep learning.